There isn't one centralized place to go house hunting. And with social media, sellers use platforms like Facebook Marketplace to list their homes.
But how do you tell the difference between what's a real listing and a scam? Here's Malik Rankin with what you need to know.
Vaughn Thomas is looking for a new place to rent.
Was on Facebook Marketplace and saw a nice house on there that I kind of knew maybe was a little too good to be true, but I tried to contact the owner.
Despite his concerns, he responded to the text-only ad.
And they weren't able to physically show me the place, so they told me to just drive by the house, and then from there, if I liked it, they would send me an application and I would pay a fee.
One of the best tips is to ask a lot of questions.
Thomas did just that.
If I am accepted, how are you going to get me into the house? You know, and she actually said, she or he, I don't know who it is, said that they would just mail me the keys.
If a listing appears too good to be true, it very well may be. Check other sites to verify.
Go and find out if it's listed on, say, realtor.com, because if a realtor has it listed, you'll see it on other places being legit. The other is go to the property appraiser and find out if that name and that person are the owner of the property.
Thomas says when he looked up the address in question, the home was not for rent and is currently occupied.
And in that process, I've come across other scams as well, so I've seen the progression of how crafty they're getting.
With real estate and rental markets spread thin,
people are desperate, whether it's buying or renting, and sometimes it clouds our judgment.
Experts recommend you take your time to second guess, especially before giving over any personal information.
It can be scary with those scams, and they are getting really creative.
Yeah.
And Hayden says the only time a home listed on Facebook wouldn't be on any of the other sites is if it's for sale by owner.
Even then, though, the owner should work with you to validate that listing.
Now, we posted on our Facebook page asking where you're finding rent prices that are higher than usual, and a lot of you had a lot to say here. Matt says the rent rise is an issue really across the entire state. Carrie said she's seen a rise in Palm Harbor, and Lorraine says rent in Tampa for a one-bedroom apartment is ridiculous. If you're seeing a spike in rent, head over to our 10 Tampa Bay Facebook page. Share with us where you're seeing it on this post.